Hello, my name is Miguel Guzman, and today I'm going to be talking to you about retail aesthetic discrimination. Facebook and Twitter were ablaze last month when CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, Mike Jeffries, was quoted as having said that his clothes are targeted towards the cool kids and the all-American athletes, and that was his reasoning as to why he doesn't sell extra large in his store. Now, something you need to know about Abercrombie & Fitch is that it is a specialty apparel retail store. I'll define that later on in the speech. But Abercrombie & Fitch is synonymous with its male models that are shirtless and greeting people outside of their stores, and their large print marketing that is littered in their store with half-naked muscular men and skinny girls who are scantily clad. Now, specialty apparel retail means that they have a certain product that they are targeting for a very specific target audience. And so, for example, Abercrombie & Fitch targets young adults and high schoolers with clothing, just like Victoria's Secret, for example, targets women with underwear. Now, my initial beliefs when I first heard about this story was just that, he's the CEO of his own company. He has the right to make the decisions as to who he's going to target and how he's going to target them. After all, you don't see Lane Bryant, who markets plus-size clothing for women, getting boycotted by skinny women who can't fit into their clothes. But upon researching more on the topic, I changed my mind. My retail experience is 3 years working in specialty apparel retail. And in those 3 years, it's really become normalized to be representing a brand. Now, what does it mean to represent a brand? That means that you not only wear the clothing the way that they want you to wear it, but you also kind of take on their behavioral traits and mannerisms. For example, without mentioning any names, I'm sure some of you might figure this out, but the store that I work at has a saying called the golden state of mind. And that golden state of mind is basically a way of being. It's a lifestyle that comes with the brand. And my associates and I spend so much time and effort trying to embody that brand that it's almost become natural to us to make that effort every day that we go into work. It's also a Californian lifestyle brand, which means that although it is a very relaxed environment in that store, it is also very image-driven and it's very superficial as well. But us as associates who have a hard time making the effort to try to embody that brand, there are also people out there who don't work at the store and are having a hard time as customers and as consumers to try to represent that brand. Now, in my research, I found that retail is partially responsible for the epidemic of the negative body image in our youth in the United States of America. The Journal of Consumer Affairs in 2003 had an article about the ethical standards of retail and questioning whether or not they were marketing to a diverse enough economy. And I've found that really the way that retailers market is not diverse, because stores like Abercrombie & Fitch and Hollister a lot of the times have models that are white and are the same body type, whereas brands such as Young and Reckless and Diamond usually have African American models that are, because they do market to a lower socioeconomic level. And so there are these cookie-cutter beauty standards for every kind of social stigma that have increased the negative self-perception in our youth. In retail, we have a term called segmentation. Segmentation literally means to divide. And us at our store, we are trained to distinguish when every customer walks in what lifestyle brand they are and basically what segmentation they belong to. And once we do that, then we know what items to pitch to them. Now I have to confess, upon reflecting, I realized that when a white male walks in that, is dressed even a little bit slightly preppy, then I'm going to pitch the preppy brands to him. Whereas if an African American male comes in wearing looser fitting clothing, then I'm going to pitch other different brands to him. And so this is a subtle way of discrimination without necessarily calling it discrimination. They call it segmentation. Now, I wanted to talk about girls specifically for a little while because girls have something called the thinness schema that is being pressured upon them, which means that the majority of the models that they see in marketing are very thin in an unrealistic way. Men are usually muscular, and so this kind of encourages a more athletic lifestyle, which is a healthy lifestyle. The National Eating Disorders Association said that cultural factors glorifying thinness contribute to eating disorders in the US. And that 20% of girls between the age of 12 and 30 have a negative body image do have unhealthy eating habits that can lead to really serious health risks. Now, finally, I wanted to conclude with a story that really not moved me, but affected me as a retail associate. The other day, a woman walks into the store and says that she was looking for jeans in other retail stores, but they didn't carry her size. So, I pitched to her, our jeans were 2 for $69, and what size she was looking for. And she told me that she was looking for size 13. Well, the thing is, I had just found out earlier that day that our store does not produce size 13 jeans anymore, and that's why we weren't seeing them anymore. And so I had to break this news to her that she was too big to shop in our store. Of course, I didn't put it to her that way, but essentially that's what I was telling her. And the look of embarrassment on her face was probably just as upset as I was having to tell her that. And so we really can't ask retailers to change their whole marketing output and their target audiences just so that they can have sizes for everybody, so that nobody could walk into a store and be disappointed that they don't carry their size. I mean, in a perfect world that would happen, but that really doesn't happen. Instead, we need to teach our youth and educate them that retail marketing is all about unrealistic body images that we are fed. We need to teach them to have confidence in their own skin. And we need to teach them that what you wear is not who you are. Instead, once you have that solid personality and you embrace yourself, you find a style that reflects what's already in you. Thank you very much.